It's showtime.
Okay guys, welcome back. You're watching the STPL. My name is Kix. Joining me is Rapid. Now, just to clarify, when I said the grass is helpless lamb, I don't mean that as grass is bad.
You're
Just
so
because
BM, Kix.
it's more like grass actually had a very good chance there. It's just unfortunately, Yeti kind of sniffed that someone was a bit weird. Pushed in with a far superior Dragoon count before before the production really of grass could kick in. And that was just a result of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think unfortunate is the right word there, Kix. And Yeti got a chance to bully grass just like you did.
Wow, that's I think that's even more harsh, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. We have to take them, so it's all well and good. Now, we are going to be heading into a little bit more of an unknown match here, at least from my position. I know you're probably in the same position as me, so not really too much else to say about that, but we're going to be heading in to a ZBT here between Ziggy for Net Wars. He is a debut player here in STPL. I've not seen any of his games previously, so I can't say a single thing about his skill level or how he's going to play. And he's going to be up against Mitak. Now, Mitak being pretty consistent here. His total wins and total losses 1 for 2. His versus opponent's race, so versus Terran, which is the only matchup he's actually played, is 1 for 2. And he went 1 for 2 last round as well. So back here again against Terran, looking to get a little bit of revenge, bring himself up to a 50% win ratio. And is he going to be able to do it as we move on to Athena 2?
So this is Athena 2. We talked about it already, so I don't think there's too much more to say. It's kind of like still fight if you watch ASL, but for the most part, you shouldn't actually have too much to worry about. A relatively straightforward 3-player map. The gas is maybe a little bit sparse and kind of hard to get if you want to get free. So for Zerg players, that can be something somewhat of a challenge. Yeah, some of the bases are also a little bit unequal when it comes to the accessibility of harassment behind the Mineral Alliance. But yeah, for the most part, it's going to be fun to watch.
It is. So let's head in to game number 2 here between Networld Ziggy versus pSi's Mitak. And starting us off here in the 10 o'clock position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for Storm. It's Mitak.
Yep, and his opponent in the bottom 6 o'clock location in the yellow, this is Ziggy, also apparently playing on the BSL ladder.
Yep, obviously going to be supporting his clanmate Zero, the owner, well, is he the owner of the STPL, or sorry, the BSL, is that what you'd say? I guess he's the organizer, so, and the owner of the BSL brand. Obviously BSL 5 just started back up again, so you can sign up to that if you go to the website. I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get into Zero's game, but I'm kind of looking forward to see how Ziggy is going to do here. I've not really seen him play before, so looking forward to seeing what he's planning on doing.
Yeah, so for Ziggy, we always have to do a litmus test. It starts with APM and he's got 600, so yes, he's really good at holding down keys. Unfortunately, I don't think that means a whole lot more than that. So we'll get a chance to find out, and it is a TVZ, so it should be pretty iconic.
Yeah, TVZ, one of the most well-regarded matchups in Brood War. Obviously, when people talk about Brood War, they think of Flash versus Jaedong, Boxer versus Yellow, depending on what era you're coming from. It's just it's one of those matchups that not many people really have too many problems with. A lot of people think PvT is a little bit too slow. A lot of people think CVZ is too fast. A lot of people think PvP is too boring, and TvT is too boring as well. But sorry, TVZ, one of those matchups where it's really hard to find anyone who doesn't like it. And the same can be said in StarCraft 2 as well, I think, so... Obviously, people like seeing humans beating up bug creatures, it's all good.
Yeah, just some things to talk about that are iconic within this matchup. It is going to be a 12 pool coming out of Matak, thrown down a spawning pool just now. The SCV from Ziggy will get out and scout everything. It's a standard 1-Rax expand behind this, so we shouldn't be seeing anything too crazy. And there's a gas as well, so just to point out that it's not like a gasless expand. Actually,
Yeah.
because it is the gas, I never know exactly what to expect. But he's probably what I hate how
Oh,
the unit panel is there as
yeah.
well.
If there's one thing I would suggest the Blizzard to change, it's to move it so it looks more like it does in like Observer games, where it fits perfectly fine. It's almost like they push the overlay up further than the actual map is, so it's really weird. But either way,
Yeah.
Ziggy is going to scout this. He is going to be going for a 1-1-1, possibly behind this. Could go into 2 factory, could just be a factory expand as well, but 1-1-1 certainly the more common opening these days on 3-player maps, and also if you want to show off a little bit of style, obviously does come back all the way from 2009, made by I Love Uv, first debuted by Uv as well on, I believe it was Sin Chapung Ryung, yeah, or Shin Chapung Ryung, he actually did that on. We're going to have a lot of links coming out from Mitak as he goes into his third hatchery, and he is going to be trying to hold on without a sunken, so it's going to be a little bit dangerous when we start to see vultures coming into play. But it's going to be mech behind this as well, because he's actually lifted his barracks, so likely going to see some kind of Goliath build, I would say, off of the back of this expansion.
Yeah, I would say that if you are learning a build, one with lots of Goliaths is pretty easy. It's like when Zerg spam Hydras. Yeah, it's the Goliath is the Terran Hydra, except it's obviously much much different.
Yeah.
It's just pretty ambidextrous. You're pretty solid just going for that. But already kind of doing a litmus test here. Mitak saying, "Hey Ziggy, you're new. Can you micro against early speedlings or early Zerglings?" And the answer is yes. He actually is going to not. Oh my god, that last hit of the Zergling killed the SCV to delay the expand.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty big deal now. That also gives Mitak the chance to get his Sunken Colony up as well. He is going to block the ramp with the Zergling, so this Vulture should go down. Will take 2 shots, I think, from the Sunken to kill this now, rather than the 3. Well, he actually moved his... Oh, that's a nice surround.
Damn. Okay, well, I think it's safe to say Mitak's actually playing this very well, so I'm excited to see that. That at least gives me lots of warm fuzzy feelings inside.
You know, we are going to see the lair coming up at the natural. That is a little bit of a reaction to the mech play. Obviously, he is going to have to move the barracks there to scout that, but I think the Vulture saw that at the end, but there is going to be a lot of speedlings coming up from Mitak. He's going to push up, deny the command center once again. And I mean, the Lings are going to go down to the Vultures, but this forces a reaction from Ziggy, and more importantly, keeps the Vultures at home.
And look at all these speedlings! They're gonna kill another vulture! Oh my god! That's not supposed to happen. He might even... he gets an SCV kill on the ramp. Ooh, I think
he's
this
going
might
to deny
be
the
too much
second
damage
factory
kicks.
as well. I mean, Ziggy's doing a really good job trying to keep up with his Vulture micro, but Vultures against Speedlings, not the easiest matchup, especially when you have speed as well. They become so much harder to micro, and the Zerglings in the mineral line now are going to be able to take down one of these supply depots even, and things are not looking good for our Terran hero.
Wow. I think this is going to do it. Wow, this is just crazy damage. He's not even pulling all the SCVs, and maybe he actually should be. Several of them are sitting idle. He's just basically in panic mode right now.
Yeah.
Trying desperately to micro his 1 speed vulture. A second one comes out. But he's going to need a lot more than speed to hold on against this many Zerglings.
Oh my god, there's more Zerglings coming in as well. He is doing his absolute best. He's going for the full fantasy right here. He's got nothing but Vultures. He's losing all of his SCVs right now. But speed are really hurting his micro. And GG! Mitak takes down Ziggy at the 6-minute mark to end our TBZ.
Yeah, wow. Okay, Mitak really doing a good job there, pulling it back to even for Psi. That was very well executed. And I will say for Ziggy, a rough debut, but Mitak really showing a lot of strength there. And that's going to, that's the first game Net Wars have lost.
It is,
Or
yeah.
not.
It's
Yeah,
it is. It's the first game they've lost in round 3. They went 4-0 against both their previous opponents. So
yeah.
good job there by Mitak taking down Ziggy. Obviously, we're not too sure how much experience Ziggy has outside of, obviously, the tournament, but I believe he's probably quite active in the scene. He's been in NetWar's roster for ages, but he just doesn't really get too much playtime. But still, great to see him come out there. His debut game wasn't perfect for him, but for a lot of players as well, debut games can be very, very difficult psychologically and everything. But that's going to take
for
us...
you, Kicks. You're never going to escape in time.
But that's going to take us into game number 3, and that's going to be... Well, I'm not going to say